Welcome. Y'all ready? It's going down. Ladies. She's got a show. 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 Is she the new? Is she the truth? Or is it false? Eyelashes, lip gloss. How much did that cost? Ain't no BS boss. Left being employed, she got a show. Floss, dentistry, officer in the streets, local or industry, Ghana or Italy, Bishop or Kennedy, her drive infinity. You feeling me? He should act Q45 Ninja. It's finna be on like a double OTD in front of your PC. We running your TVs, pouring up weekly beauty tips and health. If you don't watch it for celebs, watch it for your damn self. She got a show like that.
What's going on? It's your boy Lil ReL Howery, and I got a She's Got a Show exclusive, okay? I've done this on nobody else's sites or blogs or interviews, anything. You're going to hear my top 10 favorite comedians of all time, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to go old and new. And it's not no particular order, right? And I'm going to explain to you why. Bernie Mac, I start with Bernie. Bernie Mac is from Chicago, where I'm from, one of the greatest to ever do it. What a lot of people don't realize to me is how great of an actor Bernie was. You know what I'm saying? If you look at him in Above the Rim, he did funny stuff, but he'll make you fall in love with those characters. You know what I mean? Like Bernie was Chicago. He kind of did it like how I did it as far as, and he set the blueprint of getting a good room first, making it fun, making it popular, making people love you. So he was already a likable person. And then he went on Def Jam and destroyed it. Every time Bernie did anything, touched the mic, did anything, he stood out more than everybody. And when if they ever do his movie, I don't care if I am short, I want to play Bernie Mac. I've said that to Janice, his daughter. I would love to play Bernie. I wouldn't do it in a character-y way. It'll be done the right way. So, Bernie Mac. Okay, my next top 10 favorite comedian, and like I said, it's not in no particular order, Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? What I love about Dave is whatever his voice is, he stayed to it. You know, I think he's smart, he's funny, he's very artsy. You know what I mean? That's why he's able to just leave for no reason and come back. I mean, people say, well, he left it. Even though his real reason was more of a business decision more than anything. Everybody thought it was just so deep. But, at the end of the day, when you know your worth, you ain't going to just take anything. You know what I mean? It ain't even worth it. So shouts out to Dave Chappelle. Had a genius show where if you look at a lot of the shows that are being made now, it's based on his blueprint where, they pick the one person to be their show. The difference between Dave and those other guys, everybody else that nowadays have their own shows, Dave still featured a lot of those people. That's why all of them, like Charlie Murphy, for instance. That's why Charlie Murphy is doing well. Donnell Rollins, a bunch of people. Chappelle showed love, too. So big shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. And now he touring, he killing the game. He's showing everybody he's still one of the best to ever hit the stage. My third person is Chris Rock, okay? Chris Rock is the boss. And it's weird because I don't know how I'm not on your radar yet, Chris. You know what I mean? We literally, everybody I'm friends with but me. But Chris is a genius, man. And, he's another dude who I think comedy is supposed to make impact in regular people's lives. So if you're able to tell a joke that it turns into a discussion among senators and politicians, you're a genius. All the comics I've mentioned, they all done material that made people just think about it a little more. Like, oh, this is funny, but dang, that's real. So Chris Rock is that genius. And I think, man, to be honest with you, man, on the stand-up side, like he's still one of my favorite hosts. You know what I mean? Like the MTV, all the award shows, he always has the best monologue. So Chris Rock. Number 4, Ellen DeGeneres. I think Ellen is a genius, and she's genuine, and she's funny, and she's herself. When you think about, the strides she made, I guess, even with her personal life and coming out for real and being the first woman to kiss somebody on national TV and all, like Ellen is so funny. You don't even look at her as a female comic. I just look at her as a comedian. She's so funny. She's so personable. And she's an amazing, amazing, amazing host, too. Number 5, I got to go with Martin Lawrence. Martin is one of the people who taught you how to really host a show. You know what I mean? Like when people go to comedy shows, sometimes they look at a host like he ain't supposed to be good. Martin proved that all. Martin is just his sitcom. Martin to me is probably one of the greatest sitcoms we've ever seen. But it was just funny. His character work was genius. His energy was crazy, and he introduced us to so many different type of people. And I remember, like at one point, everybody started talking like Martin. That's how crazy Martin was. Like we all thought we was Martin funny. But Martin is another great actor too. Well, man, number 6. You know, I gotta go with my boy, man, Eddie Murphy. You know, Eddie Murphy, for me personally, is the greatest comedian to ever do it. That's who made me want to do it. That's who I look up to. You know, his character work, his stand. It's like he's LeBron. He was LeBron James before LeBron James was LeBron James, but in comedy. We've never seen nobody break into the business like that, where they dominated everything they did at such a young age. So Eddie Murphy is the GOAT. Delirious is one of the greatest specials I've ever seen in my life. Raw is. I think if Eddie came back, he'll shut all of us down. We'll be done. All of us would probably have to quit if Eddie Murphy came back. We'd be like, I can't do comedy anymore because Eddie Murphy back and he's doing everything. So Eddie Murphy is, to me, my idol and somebody hopefully someday I can't wait to work with. You know, I know you pick Brandon T. Jackson for Beverly Hills Cop, but I'm saying, man, get somebody. Brandon, that's my boy, but come on, man, Shibbity Dobos, man. I'll murder it, brother. All right, number 7 is Cedric the Entertainer, man. And it's crazy now that I'm actually really good friends with Sid. Sid is somebody that helped me even through the way I look at my contracts and stuff like that, where the television goes, who gave me a lot of great advice, man. And he's funny, he's personable. One thing Sid is, he delivers this, you feel like you know him vibe, you know what I mean? That's why people love him, because they feel like they grew up with him, or he their uncle, or he their family. Sid is a really likable guy, and I think that's the biggest key you could be in comedy is likable. He's also dope at freestyling. He's a great host. He can act, and that's why I think you need in comedy. You need to have all those facets in that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to act. You got to be able to be funny. You got to be all those great things. So, yeah, Cedric the Entertainer. Number 8, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is a genius, man. You know, we seen her be funny. We seen her make you cry of characters she played. Even the stuff she's done on stage, her specials was so unique and so great. Her character work, it just is. And then she's a great host, and she's very honest. She's okay with who she is and what type of woman she is. And her humor, I mean, I used to watch all her movies all the time with my mom. And Whoopi, she's just one of the greatest to ever do it. Whoopi Goldberg. Number 9, I got to go with my man Robin Williams. You know what I'm saying? You know, Robin Williams to me he just had the spirit of funny. And that all his characters he ever played had heart in them. So besides him being hilarious, you always felt like you knew those characters he played. And he just always had great energy. He just always dominated any camera, any show he was on, you know. And, you know, it's tragic to hear what happened to him, which is why, you know, I tell people, if you know comedians, especially comedians, I'll go with that, you know, you hear the tears of a clown thing, but for real, like, a lot of us go through so much pain, but we have to be funny most of the time. So we don't have time to even deal with some of that stuff. Or when we try to deal with it, it's in the worst way. So I always check on them. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are like, you a comedian, you okay? I think some of us are some of the most depressed people. You know, but so if you do know somebody, check on them. You know what I mean? Make sure they okay. Don't, you know, I would hate to see something like that happen to Robin Williams happen to any of us. Because you never know. Money ain't everything, you know what I mean? And that don't give you happiness, you know. But that's beyond the fact. But Robin Williams is one of the best to do it. Lastly, my man Richard Pryor, the GOAT. You know what I mean? Richard is the king. You know, is as I've gotten older in comedy, and you know, one of the first real books I read was his biography, Richard Pryor, Prior Convictions and Other Life Sentences. One of the best books I've ever read, where you saw where his material lined up with his life. So what they would do is they would tell a real story, and then in these italic letters, the joke he did on stage about it. And I just thought that was amazing. Richard was another one of those guys who was great but a hurt person. Like I wish you know what's funny for like Richard Pryor? I wish Oprah was around for real for guys like them. And Ayanna fixed my life, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them just needed that because of the way they grew up, you know. But Richard he's a genius, man. You know, he was the first real black superstar, not just comedic superstar. He the first one that got that multi-picture movie deal, you know, as a black actor. And, you know, he opened up a lot of doors, man. A lot of the people I mentioned on the list, he looked out for a lot of those people. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be very dope to see Mike Epps actually play Richard. I think he's the best person they could have casted for that, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be a role of a lifetime for Mike, you know, for real. But Richard Pryor, the GOAT, man, and, you know, I listened to his albums, the way he delivered, his style. I remember I did Mudbone, and I went to Harold Washington College, so that was like, took a speech class, and I did Mudbone and rocked it. That was one of his characters. And just honest characters, man. Well, that's it, everybody. That's Lil ReL's She's Got a Show exclusive. Top 10 comedians, my favorite top 10 comedians of all time. And I want to thank She's Got a Show for having me. Make sure you watch Friends of the People October 28th and every Tuesday after that at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's it. Lil ReL Howery, I'm out of here.
Show.